Hello guys, this is Glenn from Sydney CBD Repair Centre, and today we have an iPhone 14 Pro with a broken charging port, and this is gonna be a long repair, so buckle up. So as you can see here, if we plug in the charger, nothing is happening to the device. So we have removed the tempered glass over the display. Tempered glass is really cheap, and you can just replace it if it's that battered, and that eventually help protect the display from further damage. The display is good, so we have to take our time in removing the display. It's quite expensive to have an iPhone 14 Pro display, so David is just using the pry tool very wisely. So I'm not really worried about the display. David can just manage that. He's been doing this for years, so it's no problem. If I do this myself, and I will be taking a week maybe or I can just crack the display and just give up. So we have removed the two screws on either side of the lightning charging port. The iPhone 14 Pro still uses a lightning charging port. It's okay, but it's better. Type-C is still better. Modern iPhones have Type-C now, even the iPad minis. So the display just keeps on sticking to the housing. This is factory adhesive, so it helps with the waterproofness. That's why it's quite tough to remove. And there you go. Finally, we can have a peek inside this device. It still works though. You have the Apple logo there. It will boot up. It's quite fast to boot up. So yeah, we have checked the charging port is not good. Maybe it's a loose connection, or it's already a loose port. Changing the lightning charging port is quite difficult since it's buried underneath all the electronics. So later on you will see that it's gonna be a battle going into the charging port part. There you go. So we have a replacement unit here. We would just bypass the connection to the main board. So you will also bypass the connection to the battery. So if we plug it in here, it will definitely give us a reaction. There you go. So that means that the iPhone is receiving power through the charging port that we have installed as a bypass unit. So you can see there it's charging. If we plug it in, twist it around, yep, it's charging. So that is established that yep, the smartphone is still recognizing any charge as long as the charging port is good. So we'll remove this replacement part. So we have sourced some parts for this iPhone 14 Pro, and we have a lot in stock actually. So the only problem is it's a challenge. So we have to remove the battery. It took David quite some time. David is quite fast when fixing smartphones, and this is one of the first ones that is in need of a charging port. Next, we'll remove connections to the main board. This is the main board. We'll remove the SIM card tray so that we can lift this part of the main board. Lots of tiny screws. If you're working on an iPhone, if you want to DIY this, I highly recommend you not to. Replacing the display is simple. Yeah, you can see there it's quite simple, especially if it's already broken. You can just simply detach it without any care. So we'll remove it. It's quite a thick mainboard. We will mark the path of the flex cable for the charging port. And even the charging port has a lot of screws. And they are very tiny. Yeah, I'd lose track if this is me. But David is making it look easy. He's calculating everything. We have the Taptic engine still attached. To remove that, there you go. And finally, we can detach the charging port. And even this one still has a few more screws to be removed before we can detach the charging port. This is quite tiring. Just by looking at it, I got tired. So more screws. Gonna remove that. Eventually it will just fall out. We have a flex cable that is held on by adhesive, and we'll just peel that off. There you go. And then use that as leverage to remove the lightning port board. There you go. There's still some issues. Get some snags. There you go. Finally, we have removed the charging port. We will install the new charging port, but we are going to swap some parts from the original one, like this one here. It's quite flimsy. It's quite fiddly, this part is. I'm going to remove it. So some parts from the replacement unit is not going to be compatible with the main board for the iPhone. And you know, iPhones have serialized parts. If you replace one, it will throw in an error, especially for batteries or displays. It's quite tricky if you're trying to fix something. So this is a legit lightning charging port, and this is gonna be a legit because this is not an easy fix. So you have to do it right the first time. So we'll have to reverse the process. Everything has to go in, every bit of screw. So that's why if you want to DIY this fix, you better have high-level knowledge or mastery on the screws that you're going to remove. You have the proper tools, because sometimes you have the Y pattern. You need the Y pattern screwdriver for the iPhone, and yeah, I hate that. And we have our master at work here. David is just gonna speed run through here. And that's it, guys. If you want a new lightning charging port, if you're already pissed with your iPhone, don't throw it away. There's still a chance. There you go. David is so excited. One shot and it's all good. So we'll have to finalize it, close it up, and give it a new tempered glass, and it's gonna be on its way to the owner. So thanks for joining, guys. This has been a long one, and like and subscribe. We'll see you again next time. Take care. Cheers.
If you want your smartphone fixed for a very reasonable price, you may contact Sydney CBD Repair Centre. We also provide mail-in repair services for customers outside of Australia or Sydney. Just message us so we can arrange the shipping of your device.